if you want to learn the process to embodying and empowering the feminine spirit, then check out the book, Healing the Feminine Energy and the Wounds of Your Inner Child. All right, guys, so this one's for the fellas. I was speaking before about how women can look out for toxic men. So I was saying before that, women find themselves in situations with toxic guys. And it didn't seem like that at first, but we all have to realize we're engaging in a mating dance and a performance. So when you first meet people, of course, they're not going to let you know that they're toxic and that actually they get triggered here and actually they're perhaps a terrible candidate. They're not going to let you know that. So you could expect that they're putting on their best mask, their best face. Now, for men, this is very important because, good men are in short supply for sure. In less so, for women, they're struggling more. But the thing about men is there's a lot to lose for you, and there aren't many women with good hearts. So what I mean by that is they do have bad intentions. I won't say bad intentions, but I will say selfish intentions, and I'm going to go into that. But there's a lot to lose for a guy if you get married to the wrong girl. We already know the situations that can happen. If you have have children with the wrong girl, we already know the situations that can happen. And we just know that if, let's say, the relationship is toxic, you will get the blame as a man. They'll excuse her. It's okay if she does stuff. But if you do the exact same thing back to her, they're going to look at you as if you're in the wrong. But anyway, right? So how to spot a bad potential girlfriend and how to, basically resist that, refrain from even getting into situations where you have a bad girlfriend or a bad wife or a bad woman, right? So the first thing is kind of what I was speaking about before is look at how selfless or selfish she actually is. Many women have taken the trait of receptiveness and receiving that is a part of the feminine, and they've taken that to mean I just take, which is not the case, fellas. That's not actually how powerful feminine women are. They are not supposed to just take from you. Yes, you are the masculine, so you are the given energy, and they are the receptive energy, but it's not just take, okay, be on your merry way. That's actually not the case. Now, you could do something nice for a girl. It doesn't mean she automatically straight away has to do something nice in the same situation right back. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying reciprocation of energy in another format, in another time, just generally, broadly speaking. So what is supposed to happen is a woman's supposed to receive from you. You pour into her, you penetrate, you pour, and she receives from you. And then what she does is she takes what you've given her and she multiplies it back. That's literally the creation of a baby. So you're going to pour energy into her and she's going to return it back to an even greater extent than what you gave her. And that literally is one of the most beautiful things about being with a woman who knows her divine feminine powers, is that she will reciprocate and it feels good to her. She enjoys doing that. Now, I'm not saying, again, that you can't do something nice for a girl without her. Like basically, you can do nice things for her or pour into her without her giving back straight away. It's not like, okay, so I'm doing this for you, so you need to do something back. That's not what I'm talking about. So I don't want things to get confused, because that is one of the things that discourage women from receiving. If you give to them and expect that they'll give back, then it actually doesn't make them want to receive, because they're like, oh, it's coming with a cost. If I take from him or receive from him, he's going to want me to do something. I'm going to be guilty if I don't return it. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just talking about reciprocation of energy has to be there. Just broadly speaking, generally, it could be you've done something nice to her a couple of days or one day, but her return is, next month or something, you know? It's just in terms of energy and intention. It's not in terms of specific situations. That's very important for me to say. But how selfless actually is she? If she's always thinking me, it's just about me, I gotta receive, I gotta take, it's just about me elevating, then no, that doesn't actually make any sense. How is that a win for you? Her looks are not good enough for you to justify doing that, right? So then the other thing is you want to look at how she interacts with the world and what her past relationships and friendships and, you know, parental ships look like, right? So many women try to discourage you from this information. So they'll say, don't care about her past. But her past defines and tells us how she got to her present. So that's the reason why the past is important. If I see someone's body, I know what their past was, at least recent past was. If I see your body is worked out and in shape, I know that in your past, for the last 3 months, you have to been eating right, you was working out, or at least just in general, you was taking care of your body. I know this. So if I see a woman who, so I can reverse it actually. I can go, well, what are the actions that the person was doing before? And that tells me who they are now. Because when you see a woman, it's very hard to look at who she is, like like how easy it is to look at someone's body and go, okay, you know, they was working out. Da, da, da. This, you know, her mind is not really like that. You can't just look at her physically and go, okay, I know what she's like. But you can look at her past, and that tells you what her present is like. Absolutely, you can do that. If, for example, I know she went through this, and in her past actions, she tried to rectify it, she tried to heal it, she tried to work on it, then I know it's okay. It's okay that she's been through some traumas. It's okay that she had a bad relationship with her parents. But in those stories of her recounting her past, did she also talk about how she tried to get over it and how she perceives it? Because how she perceives this situation that she's been in with friendships, relationships, parents, and so on, is going to tell me how she's going to perceive me. Many women actually tell you what they're like if you just listen to their story. And they love to babble on anyway. So when they're talking about their past, you are getting the clues for who they are. Many women who have bad pasts don't want you to know this because, of course, they're going to be sussed out for being in a bad present position. So it makes sense. If I was them and I was conniving and I wanted to get the upper hand, I'd probably do the same thing too. Of course, they're going to say, oh, my past doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter, because they don't want to then be measured. They don't want to be put on the measuring block and assessed. But I don't mind if you look into my past. I will tell you, you know, where I tripped up, I will tell you. Where I did well, I will tell you. I don't mind. Assess me for who I am currently. You know, if my past is bad, don't worry. I will change my present today. And in 2 years, my new past, you know, will be even better. It's kind of like a credit score. You know, you can change your credit score. If you was bad with money, you know, this year, in the last year, that's going to affect your present credit score. But if you work on your credit score, you get a new, you know, credit history. And that's kind of what it's like in daily life. So you have to be looking at how she relates to other people. You will literally be able to see the traumas, the wounds, the triggers, the things that she's sensitive about. If you look at how she gets triggered in other situations, or how she doesn't treat her friends with respect, or how she tries to use her past partners, or how she speaks to her parents and so on, it's going to literally tell you. And then the other thing actually I could put in is how she is in relation to work, but you know, that's another discussion. Anyway, I want to know what you think, right? So is there anything that I missed out? Comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll probably do a part 2 on this anyway, so you'll see it again. Peace. More than any other time in human history, a restoration, a repair, a respect for the feminine energy is needed. And if you want to check out the process to healing the feminine energy, then you can check out the book, which is available digitally or in print form.